the money that has come in is only about this tiny number of places where there might be any kind of chance that the people's voice might possibly be heard. And yet they're terrified of you. They're horrified that you people might actually come along and say, you know, I don't think I'm going to play by their rules this time. I think I'm going to elect somebody who might actually be useful. And so what they do, they don't spend the money on campaigns to influence politicians. The politicians are already influenced. They're already, that process is done. And they represent a district where if they stepped out of line, by and large, they would be primaried by somebody who would be in line, because it's not the general election, it's the primary that matters. So here's what the money does. It tells you not to vote. And that's a critical thing. We got to get the people out as much as we can. And so we now have, last elections, midterm elections, 36% turnout in the United States of America. 36% turnout. If you meet 3 people, 2 of them didn't vote. And it's declining. We had the lowest turnout in a midterm election last year since 1942. And many of you who know about World War II will recognize that in 1942, a lot of Americans were otherwise involved. And so what you're talking about is we are collapsing small d democratic participation. And I'll close off by telling you how it's done. Every campaign of consequence is driven by negative ads. Negative ads which tell you not to vote for somebody. Now, the average person is not as involved in politics as Mickey Edwards. And so as a result, they're not like charting everything and looking at all the detail. All they do is they turn their television on, turn their radio on. It says, don't vote for Lee. Okay, cool, I got that, check, not vote for Lee. And don't vote for his opponent, Mark. Okay, check that, don't vote. And so they're like, oh, okay, I get it. There's no one to vote for. And you understand the dynamic that we have created is a process drenched in money with little competition, and then all of our messaging around elections, don't vote. And people take that seriously.